A topic that I have touched on before in the past, and one that I think is an important one and one that bears repeating, is having discipline in saving money. So today's video is for a very specific audience. It's for those who either are living at home or who are lucky enough to have a very low rental rate, who could technically afford a higher rental rate if they were to move. So I've been having some recent conversations with some people, and it's not a big demographic, it's a small audience, but people who have been bragging about how cheap their rent is. And one thing that I haven't felt comfortable asking them directly, because it can be a little bit awkward, and money is a sensitive topic, but something that I don't mind kind of putting out there in this setting, in this fashion, would be whether they are taking advantage of that cheap rent and saving some serious cash in order to move on from being a renter to becoming an owner. Now, before I go any further, I want to make very clear, I don't want this topic to be insensitive. This video is not meant for those who have cheap rent and need the rent to be cheap so that they can afford to put food on the table or clothing for their children or school supplies or whatever. It's just meant for people who are lucky enough to pay very little in rent but could technically afford more based on their income. So let's say you're paying $12.50 a month, and if you were to move tomorrow to a similar rental, you'd likely pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $18.50 because that's what the market rents are. My question to you is, what are you doing with that extra $600 per month? Could you be saving it up for a down payment or some other kind of investment? If you're not saving those extra funds, but you're not quite sure where the money is going, then in my opinion, it might be time to create a budget and track your spending. Now, if what I just said makes your skin crawl, you've got some options. There are some really good pieces of software out there that can automatically track and organize your spending, and they do a pretty decent job, and they're not that expensive. You could also hire a bookkeeper for a couple of hours and have them go over a few months worth of credit card and bank statements. I think ultimately what I'm saying is, if you are lucky enough to be paying very little in rent, but you are bringing in enough income that you could be doing some serious saving, are you? And if not, how come? It might be time to take a hard look at your financial situation and see if it aligns with what you're hoping to accomplish in your future. I'm Jamie Harnish, Toronto Real Estate Navigator with Bosley Real Estate. I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you again. Take care.